The FBI is warning about a growing and alarming trend involving our youth here in the Bay Area and across the country, for that matter. Offenders targeting young people and what is known as sextortion crimes. That's where offenders coerce a minor to create and send sexually explicit images or video, and then threaten to release those images. In some cases, they demand more. In other cases, they want a payment. From October of 2021 to March of 2023, the FBI and Homeland Security investigations received more than 13,000 reports of online financial sextortion of minors. It involved at least 12,600 victims, and they say it led to at least 20 suicides. Joining me today is FBI San Francisco Special Agent in Charge Robert Tripp. Robert, when you hear those numbers, as a parent, you can't help but have your heart skip a beat to know that that many children have fallen victim to these predators. Who are these predators targeting? What group of kids are they targeting, and how are they getting access to them?
Truly, those numbers are heartbreaking. Unfortunately, the scammers are getting in contact with the kids just through regular means of communication. They will look at online platforms where children go. Gaming platforms are often seen as an entryway for these scammers. Social media platforms, they'll make that contact. They'll shift the kids to other platforms where you can exchange video and pictures, and then they'll move into their plot.
So every parent out there is wondering, okay, what can I do? Are there safety blocks I can put in place on my kids' phone and computers? What can parents do, and what should kids be able to do to protect themselves?
There are some very simple things parents can do. Most importantly, have a conversation with your children. Children have to know that the internet is a place for entertainment, but it can also be a dangerous place, and they have to be very conscious of who they're communicating with. Telling children, be careful who you're talking with. Telling children simply to cover up your webcam when you're not using it are two very important steps. And lastly, you have to tell your children that anything they send over the internet doesn't go away, and that can come back to haunt them.
So what are some warning signs that parents, teachers, caregivers can look out for if they think a child may be victim to this?
These victims are under incredible stress, so they should look for simple changes of behavior in their children. Being a teenager is difficult enough,
yes,
but when somebody is threatening to expose something incredibly embarrassing, the stress on the children is almost always very obvious.
So if you find somebody that is a victim, what can they do? What can the parents do immediately?
Most important thing is to report it immediately. Contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI, or even call your local law enforcement agency. Parents getting in touch with law enforcement is a critical first step. We can reach out, we can give you guidance on how to respond to this, and hopefully we can bring a little justice to those people who are victim by this horrible crime.
Yeah, and from a law enforcement perspective, what is the FBI and local law enforcement doing to help stop this type of extortion from these predators?
We are conducting some very aggressive investigations. Now, unfortunately, this is not a local crime, and many of the perpetrators are actually based overseas. We're seeing a lot of organized groups based in West African countries as well as in Southeast Asia. Fortunately, we have contacts in those countries that can help us with those investigations to get the evidence that we need to identify the subjects and to get their locally based, their domestically based co-conspirators to try to put a stop to it.
Yeah, the damage is just horrific. And
Absolutely.
The damage it does to these people's lives. All right. Special Agent in Charge Robert Tripp, thank you so much for this really valuable information.
Thank you.